I have loved Beauty and the Beast since I was about 4 years old. The movie came out the year I was born in 1990. And I just fell in love with Belle. She was this feisty young woman who spoke her mind and had all of these ambitions and was incredibly independent and wanted to see the world and was so smart. And I loved how she had this relationship with Beast where they were just toe to toe, and that to me just seemed like such a dynamic and interesting kind of relationship that I'd never seen before in a fairy tale.
I was very excited. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge challenge turning a 2D cartoon into a sort of 3D human story, I guess. And it's also a great story. It's a great character. It's one of the great characters from fairy tales, really. And I was very excited. My wife was very excited. My kids were very excited. So yeah.
Bill seems to be having the time of his life. He's the man who is perfect for the job. He's passionate about telling the story and about honoring the work that had already been accomplished in 1991 by the amazing team that created the original Beauty and the Beast, but also bringing Bill's element and Bill's been allowed to answer a lot of questions that weren't answered in the original animation that we can now do because we have a full film and a live action feature to do that. So coming on set and working with Bill every day has been a total joy, and I wish this was a year-long job and not a 3-month one.
Oh my God, I was just enamored with the whole thing. I was just so in love. It was so funny and so romantic, but in a way that, I don't know, for me it didn't feel contrived in the same way that I think perhaps other fairy tales have, in the sense that Beast and Belle really dislike each other at the beginning, and they really don't get on, and then they form this friendship, and then they fall in love, and there was just something so beautiful about that to me, and I've just loved it ever since.
The music for it is sensational, and one of the great things about the animated film was the blend of romance and sort of classic fairy tale telling, as well as a bit of humour and fun, and that's something I think we've really tried to retain in this, is the sort of the romantic side, but also a bit of the silliness.
I don't think it's going to sink in completely until I actually see myself on the big screen singing those songs on the horse with my sidekick, LeFou. It's one of the most recognizable villains in Disney history. And I've been privileged enough to be given the honor of bringing him to life in a human form. And so it's magical. It's very exciting. I just hope people think I've got enough hair on my chest. Probably not.
As a child, you love Disney, but as an adult, you still love Disney because it sort of connects you with that childlike feeling that everything is going to be okay and there's hope in the world, and it just sort of, for me, it just gives me this sense of like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. So to get to be in, playing Belle and to get to actually live in the world is, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I think I hope that we will do justice to the love that people have for the animated film, but that people felt that we've that we've taken it on, moved it on a bit, brought something fresh to it, brought a few new songs to it. I hope they like those, and I hope that it becomes another classic, really, that families enjoy and that kids enjoy, and get them sort of engaged with the fairy tale again, because it is one of the great fairy tales, I think.
I have not done much comedy in my career, not from the want of trying, and this was my chance to do it. And I hadn't thought so much about how the interaction would work with LeFou, and then I met Josh, and then I realized that whatever I had in mind that was going to be funny was only going to be emphasized and made better by having the likes of Josh in the scene with me and allowing me to bounce off his timing and him bouncing off my timing. I think you will probably see that there's a lot of, we like each other, and we have had the best time, and it's been just a wonderful experience on and off the screen. But I think on the screen, I think you do notice that you'll see that this timing and this compatriotism we have with each other started off the screen, and so we've brought it onto the screen, and we've just had the best time. He's a very, very funny man. He's a very happy man. And he brought a lot of light and warmth to the film set and also to the scenes. I think what he's done with LeFou is he's brought a much more three-dimensional character to LeFou. Somebody who has a heart, who thinks a little bit more, but is desperately enamored by Gaston and adores him in a way. And we've had a lot of fun playing those elements of his character with mine and my character with his.
Good morning, Belle. Wonderful book you have there.
Have you read it?